Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome to RPtv. Today is Friday, October 1st, 2021. There are many individuals who represent the contributions of Hispanic Americans, and there is one woman who stands among the best in the medical profession. Let's go to Cali for that report.
Antonia Novello was born in Fajardo, Puerto Rico with a chronic colon condition that caused her severe pain until it was corrected surgically when she was 18 years old. The experience inspired her to pursue a career in medicine. She earned a bachelor's degree and a medical degree from the University of Puerto Rico. Novello and her husband, Joseph, a U.S. Army flight surgeon, moved to Ann Arbor, Michigan. She interned, did her residency, and completed a fellowship at the University of Michigan Medical Center, specializing in pediatric nephrology. The couple then moved to Washington, D.C., where Novello worked at Georgetown University Hospital from 1974 to 1975. She took a position with the National Institutes of Health in 1978, eventually becoming Deputy Director of the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development. She received a master's degree in public health from Johns Hopkins University in 1982. Novello served as Surgeon General under President George H.W. Bush from 1990 to 1993. She focused on publicizing the dangers of smoking and teenage drinking, expanding AIDS education, and improving health care for women, minorities, and children. In 1993, she left her post as Surgeon General and went to work for the United Nations Children's Fund.
The difficulties of living with the pandemic continues to challenge us, and mask wearing is becoming a significant concern for officials overseeing the local mass transit systems. Alana has the details.
Some people still believe that they can just not wear their masks in closed transportation like trains, buses, and stations. But now it seems like the law is about to come down harder on those who refuse to follow the federal regulations to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Both NJ Transit and the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey are stepping up enforcement of federal regulations, which require passengers to wear masks on transit vehicles and inside indoor stations, officials of both agencies said Thursday. In either cases, the first request will be a reminder, and they will be offered a free mask to wear for people who need one. Those that refuse after that point could be looking for a summons. Similar to NJ Transit, summons are only issued by Port Authority police as a last resort to those who refuse to wear a mask. The Transportation on Security administration extended regulations requiring mask wearing on board trains, bus planes, ferries, and light rail vehicles, and in buildings. Police have increased their presence on problematic trains, bus routes, and light rail vehicles to defuse situations where passengers have gotten belligerent with bus drivers and train crews who reminded them to mask up. Please remember to wear your masks in indoor areas.
Now it's time for announcements. Hello dancers. Dance Club will hold our next meeting on Tuesday, October 4th, in the auditorium at 2:40, right after school. Anyone who loves to dance is welcome to come. No previous training required. Any questions, please see or email Ms. Dombrowski. Hope to see you there. The Roseville Park Recreation Department is proud to announce the first ever girls-only recreational wrestling program. The introductory jamboree is scheduled for October 13th from 7:30 to 8:45 in the Anthony Signorello Youth Center. Registration will be open on October 18th. You can sign up online at rprecreation.recdesk.com. The Garden Club is hosting their annual pumpkin decorating contest. It's $10 to enter, and a pumpkin is provided. All clubs, staffs, homeroom, and family are encouraged to join. Voting forms can be picked up in the main office. Congratulations to the girls' tennis team for their big first-round tournament win over Middlesex High School yesterday. Angela Lenardi's, Neera Patel, and Nazaya Valle dominated the single matches, while Caitlin Nicole and Harleen Rendawa secured the victory in the first doubles. There is a meeting of the Art Club, National Art Honor Society today after school in room 102. French Club will now meet on Fridays after school in room 3. October meeting dates are October 1st and October 15th.
Hello, my name is Louis Mancine, and I am the advisor to the Roseville Park High School Anime Club. We meet at 3 o'clock in the library every Monday. If you are a fan of anime, manga, or anime-based video games, this is the place for you. If you have an interest in any of this stuff, come visit us on Mondays, 3 o'clock. Have a great day.
If the COVID-19 pandemic hasn't created enough chaos for us, now a major change is taking place at Dollar Tree store. Callie has the latest details.
For the first time, popular discount variety chain store Dollar Tree will sell items that cost more than $1. The company announced in a press release it will add products priced above $1 in all of its Dollar Tree Plus stores and select Dollar Tree Legacy stores. There will be 500 Dollar Tree Plus stores by the end of 2021, the company said, and 5,000 locations by the end of 2024. These stores will offer an assortment of items priced at $1, $3, and $5. Products priced above $1 will include arts and crafts, sporting goods, home decor, apparel, and holiday and seasonal items. There are more than 160 Dollar Tree stores located in New Jersey. It was unknown how many of them will carry items priced above $1.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend and stay tuned for CNN 10.
breaking news. Fridays are awesome. That is all. Okay, that's fake breaking news. There are other events to report this October 1st, and that begins with major problems in the global supply of the things we buy. We've told you how there are labor shortages, truck driver shortages, not enough workers to move things around at a time when demand is through the roof. Now, those who are working to move goods globally are sounding the alarm that if their conditions don't improve, supply chains could collapse. Near the port of Los Angeles, the largest seaport in the United States, there are cargo ships floating off the coast with hundreds of thousands of shipping containers waiting to be unloaded. The backup's gotten so bad that no one knows how long it'll take to get that done. It's not just a shortage of workers that's the problem, it's bureaucracy. Different local, national, and international government rules for who can work where. Seafarers, truck drivers, and airline workers have seen delays, sometimes lasting for months, before they can make pickups and deliveries. It's all been complicated by the COVID pandemic. An international shipping official says because different countries have different vaccine requirements, one seafarer he knows has been inoculated 6 times, getting 3 different vaccines, while some others haven't been vaccinated at all. So there's confusion over that, and there's confusion over testing. Those rules differ from place to place. Earlier this year, truck drivers were stuck at Germany's borders when the country required them to have a COVID test that takes days to get results from. More recently, one ship's officer says her crew had to have 10 COVID tests in 7 days before they could get repairs at a shipyard in Singapore. She says because of different COVID rules, some sailors have been stuck at sea for more than a year. And because of port shutdowns and constantly changing travel restrictions, a shipping company leader says seafarers may be hesitant to commit to new jobs because they can't know for sure if they'll be home by Christmas. So what's the solution to all this? Well, some transport officials say COVID-related travel rules need to be relaxed or they need to be suspended for transportation workers so they can easily move goods. 10-second trivia. Which of these U.S. government agencies was created the most recently? FDA, Fed, FCC, or SEC? The Federal Communications Commission was established the most recently, and today it's looking at ways to curb robocalls.
In 2018, more than 47.8 billion robocalls were made in the U.S.
And it's only getting worse.
So how do these calls actually work? To make the call, a phone isn't actually being used. A computer is. Robocalls are made using what's called Voice over Internet Protocol, or VoIP for short. It's the same technology used in popular apps like FaceTime and Skype, and it's important because no international phone bill means robocalls are incredibly cheap and easy to make. And while the computer generates a random number to call, it's also generating a false number to show up on your caller ID, disguising its identity, a process called spoofing. And with neighbor spoofing, the number on your caller ID is meant to look almost identical to yours to increase the likelihood that you pick up. But if you called that number back, your local pizza shop might answer instead, because these computers are often spoofing with real phone numbers. Now, according to the FCC, your best bet is to not answer calls from unknown numbers in the first place, since answering a robocall lets the computer know you might engage. In that case, get ready for even more robocalls now that you're on the hot list. You'll also be prompted to connect with an actual person who will either try to sell you a product, or worse yet, trick you into a scam.
To inform you that IRS is filing lawsuit against you.
Now, in the United States, the majority of these calls are illegal under the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. But because robocalls can originate from anywhere in the world, it's extremely difficult to enforce the law, though heavy fines have been slapped on robocallers in the past. In the meantime, phone companies are working on systems that more effectively identify and block illegal robocalls. But for now, robocallers will likely keep on calling you.
Instagram announced this week it was pausing its effort to develop a version of the service for kids under age 13. Instagram says its product gives users a voice and helps them stay connected with friends and family. But critics say the app would hurt children's well-being and that those concerns should come before profits. Social media questions also extend to older teens.
I do think there is like a certain dependency. I've noticed this behavior in myself.
Do you ever find yourself doom scrolling, I think it's called?
Yes, just going forever, not doing anything, not any schoolwork you need to do, yeah.
High school seniors Hannah and Noah have no time to waste. They're just weeks into their final year of high school, juggling schoolwork, clubs, and college applications, and social media.
I think a lot of it is just a fear of missing out or not being as involved with your friends.
Hannah is student union president, a job she says she couldn't do without Instagram. She runs the union account. And yet last winter she did delete TikTok.
I would just constantly be sucked into these videos that were really appealing but didn't particularly help make me happier as a person. I think overall it has been a net positive. I think I've stopped worrying about the way my body looks a lot.
These teenagers are aware of the mental health risks of social media. And as the Wall Street Journal recently reported, so is Facebook. The paper said Facebook's own research in 2019 showed 1 in 3 teenage girls with body image issues felt Instagram made those issues worse. News that didn't come as a shock to teachers here.
So we were noticing that ill effects of oversaturation with regards to social media, students reporting sleeplessness, all kinds of other kind of social emotional learning challenges.
School Dean Ian Mozan says the pandemic brought things to a head. Last year he began running regular classes, teaching students to take charge of their online presence.
They can really have an open discourse about what's good, what's bad, and then how do they protect themselves.
For Hannah and Noah, 18 months of virtual school did prompt a reckoning.
It made you more in control of yourself because you had to be, or else you would get completely lost in it. I think I limit my social media to a lot of healthy stuff, actually. You follow people that inspire you, your friends.
You guys were born in the same year as Facebook was. Do you ever worry about the long-term implications of never having known a world without social media, of how it might have shaped you?
No, I don't, because the way you guys described before, social media doesn't sound like a fun place at all. You get to see more people and learn more cultures much quicker than you would.
I do worry sometimes about what it means for not only things like my attention span or something that I think we're facing generationally, but on a more personal level, I do worry that I've become preoccupied with maybe the way I'm being perceived by other people online. And I know that's not a healthy thing to worry about a lot.
Claire Sebastian, CNN, in Queens, New York.
What do you get when you take 13,000 live orchids and suspend them from the ceiling? A whole mess of upside down orchids. And they're pulled higher and lower on wires to make it seem like they're moving around you. This was put together by a company that aims to immerse people in art and technology. The title of this exhibit is Floating Flower Garden. Flowers and I are of the same root. The garden and I are one. It's now on display in Tokyo. It'd be a fun date unless people are allergic. That's not a bloomin' good time. They might find it appalling. They might ask, "Are you or kidding me?" and wonder why you'd choose to pick a destination from which their dis-sneeze stems. Don't be surprised if they get the itch to follow their nose by running. Hey, we're happy to be running with the students of Essex High School today. It is in Essex Junction, Vermont. Thank you for watching. I'm Carl Azus for CNN.